Alright, so with the 5th year anniversary LR Blue Fusions coming to the JP version, and as you see right here, 2 days, 9 hours, at the time of this recording anyways, we just are all very excited. Unfortunately, they're waiting a little longer than when part 2 actually starts to drop these guys, but it is very nice that they're finally coming. Now, I wanted to cover an additional update to Tech Vegito Blue's passive that I feel like is massive enough to go ahead and cover in a video and explain exactly how it works and why it makes Vegito just so much better. So, if we take a look here, Vegito obviously and Gogeta are actually the same right before they actually turn into Super Saiyan Blue. They have the exact same kit. Now, the differences between them when they actually transform is, especially in the additionals, Gogeta has his 2 additional guaranteed attacks. They each have a 30% chance to become a super attack and he's super effective against all types. Now, the difference is Vegito. He does actually have a guaranteed additional super attack and a medium chance of launching another additional super attack as the first or second attacker in the turn. Now, this right here, this medium chance of launching another additional super attack as the first or second attacker in the turn, that is the big line that we're going to be talking about today. So, obviously, most people would read this passive, in fact, I read this passive this way, as, okay, he just has a 30% stagnant chance at the start of turn. It procs or doesn't proc just one time to get his additional super attack chance. However, it actually does not work this way. I should actually bring up another unit that's very, 2 units are actually labeled very similarly to this guy, and that is the AGL Full Power Frieza and then the Namek Goku. So if you guys have used these units, you may have noticed a lot of times where Namek Goku gets his super attack off, then you see his hidden potential normal, then he does end up getting this medium chance of launching an additional super attack off, right? Which is like kind of strange. I always saw that at times. I'm like, okay, I guess, you know, maybe the hidden potential one activates first or something. But apparently what it actually is that this medium chance of launching an additional super attack when attacking, you know, as a second or third attacker in the turn. This can proc off any single attack that Namek Goku does. Same with this Full Power Frieza, he has the same exact ability. And if we take a look at Tech Vegito, he does again have the same wording right here. So essentially what's going to happen is Tech Vegito can proc his 30% chance to do an additional super attack in his passive, given he's the first or second attacker in the turn, off of any single attack he does do. Now this is very more prominent than Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza. The reason why is because this guy actually does, firstly, way more attacks. Think about it. He has his, let's say you get an 18 key super attack, get this greatly raised defense, pretty cool. Then you get his guaranteed additional super attack, right? Both of these can proc his both his hidden potential super attack and this medium chance. But let's say, for instance, these two don't proc his medium chance to additional super attack. No worries, as long as your key is 24, you do get another super attack. This can also proc the medium chance. Then on top of that, you can also proc the medium chance by his hidden potential system super attack. And if you use, for example, the active skill in this turn specifically, this also again can so what you would have to do, my apologies, this would not be able to proc it, as he has to be the first, second attacker in the turn. But what you could do is you could use his active skill in slot 2. You do still get this ability, then you could still proc this ability. So he could super attack essentially like 7 times during the turn if you do that. And actually someone did test this earlier and it does in fact work that way, where if you use the active skill like in the first slot and you put him in slot 2, he still gets this other extra additional guaranteed super attack. And I guess technically this could also proc a second time. So it gets really crazy with this Vegito Blue and how the wording for this passive does work. And the fact that, again, every single super attack he does here raises his defense by 50% for one turn. He's doing so much extra damage. This guy, he's a tech unit, so you can build him with a lot of crit, right? In fact, my Tech Vegito Blue has like, what, 27 crit? So he has a 54% chance to crit, and he's doing 5 super attacks per turn, basically. It gets absurdly crazy, and I feel like this is a very, very important thing to cover about this Vegito Blue. Because I know a lot of people actually are not aware of him being able to do this ability, which is quite powerful. It's something that, like, let's say again, this Gogeta doesn't have. He does have the super effective, but he doesn't do nearly as much super attacks on average, because Vegetos are basically all guaranteed. Gogeta, while he has super effective, it's just a 30% chances here, and I just think it's really good for him. Now we do have a post here. This is one of the people that actually do math in terms of the game, like ABT and stuff like that, from what I'm understanding correctly. Essentially, he does confirm, yes it does. From what it's looking like, it'll also be affected by the additional super that he gets at 24 key, like I said. Okay, no, the super attack from the active skill also does count, assuming it comes before the attacks from slot 1 and 2. So in practice, with the 24 key, this will make the 30% chance effectively 51% or 66% if he does do a hidden potential system attack. His source right here is Alt Force LR. I guess Alt Force does do just looked into the database and stuff like that and confirmed essentially how it works. Let's take a look here. Shouldn't the hidden potential system be calculated after passive essays? Usually it would be, but this is a special case where the game checks to see if he did this additional super after every attack he does, giving him a chance to do on every attack past the first time. So if you guys aren't understanding how that works, is you're basically predetermined on what, like, you know, at the start of turn, you know, what your RNG is, right, in terms of your super attacks and additional super attacks, hidden potential system, crits, right? That's all determined essentially start of turn from my understanding. So the game basically checks that for every single attack first before this medium chance, right? So that's why it is, I believe, ending up to work that way, which again is quite good. And you know, it also is a lot for this Namagoku eventually when he gets his EZA, right? I mean, soon is gonna be 2 years old, right? I don't think he's gonna get EZA anytime soon, not this year, but like in 2024 or something. Like, him having this ability could be really interesting. Same with this full power Frieza, right? Just some little tidbits I want to bring up there, but yeah, things get so crazy. This guy was already hitting like 1,000,000 plus defense in the calculations, and then, you know, if you use the active skill like the way I was saying, you know, use it in slot 1, then put him in slot 2, we get 7 super attacks off. He's getting 7 stacks with this 50% raise, and then not even counting this extra stack you can get here from the other turn. Like, he's actually just disgusting, especially like his defense once he super attacks. Like, how good is he really? I don't know, but on that God turn, he probably would be considered like the best unit in the game. I would say, like, in blue, fully built up and everything like that, this guy is pretty absurd. So let me know what you guys think. If, you know, maybe he's not the best unit in the game, right? The GT Duel is still really good with the Spirit Bomb. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this Tech Vegito Blue and the update in terms of what we saw in the data download to his passive skill and how this actually does work. Let me know if you still maybe even think Vegito Blue is better than him. I feel like this guy is also very close. Even though the video was focused on Vegito, this Vegito Blue himself is very insane, and both are going to be incredible, even just together as a rotation or on their separate teams. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next Dokkan Battle video. Peace out.